Farming might appear a stressful task till you see the adventures it brings along. Ambiguous, unbelievable, shocking, or simply outrageous. Here are the weirdest of weird things caught by farmers that shocked everyone. Mysterious creature. Fear spread across the time as the cases of livestock damaged by an unknown creature kept rising with the days passing in Puerto Rico. Investigators started examining the bodies of the affected animals, but nothing helped them in recognizing the hungry predator. People assumed the predator to be a wolf, but the weird footprints caught near the attack were telling a different story. And some of the eyewitnesses told the investigators that it was something resembling an ape and started calling it a chupacabra, as it mostly attacked the goats. Monster moose. The monster moose is one of the biggest moose in the world, giving the perfect horror movie vibes. The video shows the monstrous creature hiding in the woods. A couple of men encounter this giant creature standing just 2 meters away from them in the area of Yukon, Canada. Because of their enormous size, monster moose are not scared of humans and can be dangerous if provoked. And even though none of them were hurt by the creature, it was so brave of them to go near it with only a paddle in his hand. I mean, it's like trying to demolish a building using only a hammer. Shoebill stork. He may look like a smaller version of Buckbeak from Harry Potter, but this is actually a shoebill stork rescued by a farmer from fires in the wetlands. He described it as a prehistoric dinosaur bird who was a real fighter bird that survived on reptiles and fish and is so feisty that it can even stand up to crocodiles as well. It was surprisingly jolly and even mimicked the dude and the little girl as they bent down. Another thing which makes them one of their kind is the sound they make. Listen for yourself. Chicken Land. This guy took farming to a whole other level when he raised not 10 or 20, but 70,000 chickens in his farm. And went viral instantly when he posted the video of him feeding his 70,000 babies, as he might be one of the very few farmers who are still providing an open range to the chickens to grow and feed themselves. Look how he's using a loader to feed the hungry chickens. Other than the primary chicken food, he also fed fish and bones to these chickens. People appreciated this man and his techniques of feeding locusts to the chickens for avoiding plague. Bat house. An addition to the farm family. This countryman has created an exception when he kept these baby megabats in the midst of his cornfield. The owner wanted to rescue the rare breed going extinct in the area, so he decided to build a small house for them where they can hang around all the time. The fact that they are so familiar with the man, and one of them even plays with him, makes me want to pet one of them. Don't know why they are judged, because they are surely the cutest ones alive. Before we move any further, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you can keep watching our amazing content. Baby pig. The pig farmer in Kenya was baffled when one of his pigs gave birth to a mutant baby. The piglet was born so fragile that it couldn't walk on its own or feed itself. The facial features of the piglet were also unusual, and the farmer started calling it a human hybrid because it had the face of a human but the body of a pig. But people grieved watching the farmer's behavior towards the poor creature, who was already in a miserable condition. Mysterious creature. A farmer was returning home after a long day in the fields when he stumbled upon something. But when he dug a bit deeper, he was shocked to see the remains of a strange animal. The first thing which was making it even stranger was how it looked. It had weird eyes and even weirder limbs. People called it a duck or some kind of giant bird, and some even called it a hoax too. But why would anyone put a dead animal near his food source? Let me know your turn on it in the comments section. Rescued horse. The horse caught up in the wires when a countryman was passing by the farms. At first, the horse was too scared to let anyone come near him. But then, with some consolation to the poor creature, the guy started helping the frightened horse using available tools. The guy then cut the wires using a plast, but when the horse tried to run away from the wires, he tripped to the ground.
There you go. Oh no.
The man then reached the horse again, this time picking out a small wire from the horse's leg. And after some time, the horse was safe to go.
You're good. Yep, you're good.
Swarms of locusts. The farmer is trying to protect his land from the swarms of locusts, which consists of approximately 40,000 of them. Though these locust swarms are not new, they have been affecting the agricultural lands since the past 2 decades in the Eastern Asian countries and some parts of Africa. They usually fly in the months of July to October. They attack the melon and vegetable crops and could be the reason for starvation in the affected country. Mammoth of Michigan. You never know what the earth is hiding underneath it. A farmer of Michigan found remains of a woolly mammoth when he was harvesting his soy field, but not all parts of the animal were discovered. Only the jaws, tusks, and vertebra were excavated from the soil because the mammoth was buried here about 1,500 years ago. Not buried, really. According to the paleontologists, the mammoth was assassinated by the people who lived here and was stored here by them, so they can enjoy its fresh meat whenever they want. Angry horned lamb. That's how bullying is done. This man and the lamb had a weird connection that every time he came nearer to it, the lamb would chase him like a bull. When the farmer crossed the wires to feed the hungry lamb, it started chasing him. It looked like a pretty cute fight, but was actually a tricky task the guy had to do. Watch how the lamb almost got the guy. Don't worry, he made it out unharmed. Ghost Lady. With nothing holding her to a solid base, the woman stands on top of a fig tree. With hundreds of people gathered to watch her next move, the way it was standing on the tree could creep anyone out. When the video went viral, many people started calling her the Ghost Lady, who can climb anywhere. Though the climbing part was true, the woman was not really a ghost, but an ordinary Indian lady suffering from a mental disorder, who had a disagreement with her family and climbed up the tree, protesting against them, but came back safely after some time. Rhino in field. Let me tell you one thing first. It's not as bad as it may seem. A rhino was lost in a man's field in South Africa, and he, along with some veterinarians, started cutting his horn to save him from killing. Though rhino poaching is illegal, it is quite common in this part of the world. The horns of these poached rhinos are illegally smuggled to Asian countries, especially China, as it's an important ingredient of some Chinese medicines. So, veterinarians cut off their horns to protect them, which, by the way, can regrow to its full size in 3 years. Moving plants. Plants are still. The other trees are not moving. Even leaves from the same tree are still. Then, how come these are moving? Same thing is happening with this plant. Everything stands in its place, but it keeps swaying. I mean, what on earth is happening to them? The mysterious video made everyone freak out. Let me explain it to you. It's disappointingly simple, but extremely weak winds are causing these plants to move. And if you simply cover them and block all sources for the wind to pass, they will eventually stop moving. Still, it's not something you see every day. Herd of hogs. The farmer's camera captures the bizarre moment when he is harvesting his cornfields and notices some movement behind the corn. But as he moves closer to the movement, a clan of pigs come running outside the fields. Watch how these hogs are trying to escape the truck, but keep hiding in the corn. Because corn are said to be the favorites of these hogs, and especially when the sour corns are soaked, creates a peculiar smell which attracts the feral swines. Probably one of the reasons why some farmers harvest the cornfields from the middle. Tangled rats. This man caught some rats who have got their tails tangled with each other. But when he uploaded the video, people started saying that they were not tangled by accident, but it's a phenomenon in which the young rats would feed the Rat King, who is the oldest of the rats. While some believe that rats have oily skin like humans, which helps their skin to stay hydrated, and it happened because the oil made the rat tails sticky and they were tangled together. I would definitely go with the prior explanation. Comment down your views on it. Ancient mosaic. There's no end to things you could find just by digging up a little. Take this Palestinian countryman who found the ancient floor occupied by 12 different animals' mosaics. When hit by a hard object while planting an olive tree, the old man started digging up cautiously without anyone knowing about his discovery. And he was finally there. He single-handedly managed to uncover the floor, which excited the archaeologists, as it was called to be one of the major archaeological treasures in Gaza. Animals at your service. What looks like a peaceful day on the farm will soon be converted into a wrestling ground. The animals were grazing the grass when suddenly a hawk spooked onto a chicken. The chicken tried to get rid of the hawk, but it was losing hope. A rooster suddenly jumped over the hawk to knock him out, but nothing was working. Then, finally, a goat rushed to help the chicken. It attacked the predator furiously, forcing him to leave the chicken, and succeeded at last. The video cuts here, but the solidarity these animals showed towards each other is beyond amazing. Living chupacabra. This family saw a wild dog lurking in their fields, but were bummed when they captured it, as it was not a dog, but an actual chupacabra. Chupacabras have been in the limelight since the late 90s, when they were first found in Puerto Rico, and were considered monstrous for the livestock. When the video went viral, experts claimed it to be part of the canine family. What do you think about this creature? Is it a really weird wild dog? Or we've actually captured the vicious animal? Unicorn spotted. The man recorded his bizarre discovery when he saw a unicorn on the fields. No, I'm not exaggerating. At first, he saw them from a distance in the woods, thinking it might be a misunderstanding. But when the animal came closer, the white horn on his head became visible, proving that it is a live unicorn. One thing is for sure, the magical creatures from our bedtime stories are not that magical at all. And maybe they are just waiting somewhere outside for us to discover them. Crop circles. Crop circles are one of the many unsolved mysteries of the farming world, and they are the most debated too. Usually found in the fields of England, these crop circles are known to be a part of the mythical world. While some people believe that's how the ancient folks used to predict the direction of the Earth, others claim that these are proof of aliens coming to Earth and consider them to be a message from the other worlds. But nothing is for sure till now. What do you think? Are aliens really trying to communicate with us through these geometric circles? Or are they just made by humans? Sheepdog. This pup should be teaching all the other dogs his techniques. The dog named Nelson recently went viral when his owner posted a video of him running from the sheeps, and people started calling him the worst sheepdog ever because it doesn't follow the sheep. Instead, they chase the dog through the field. But what might seem as a failure is actually the dog's hack to control the sheep movement effortlessly. What do you guys think? Is he really bad at his job, or is it the other way around? Rock python. India is an agricultural state, and it is home to many strange creatures. The man is holding a snake known as the rock python, which can easily be found in the Indian fields. He captured it in a plastic container and brought him a little farther from the town to release him. Watch how the python is trying to attack the cameraman. These pythons don't normally bite, but can attack if they are dragged, which makes them defensive. Hidden treasure. You would definitely spade your lawn after watching this video. During the colonial period, many people would bury their jewels under the soil to hide them from the British Army, and some of them were never excavated by those people. This dude had no idea of the treasure buried in his land. He dug up a little and found an ancient pot about a century old under one of the trees. But that was not just an ordinary pot. It was filled with gold, coins, and jewelry worth several $1,000s. Human-faced goat. When a human-faced goat was born in Kenya, the thrilling news quickly spread across the country, with many people coming to visit the mutant creature. The villagers say that they were expecting a normal delivery, but then the goats started having some troubles, and that's when they realized that something was wrong. Because the goat rejected the baby was brought to the shelter home, where it only survived for 2 days and expired before they could figure out what was the actual reason behind this unexpected case. Bear visiting a farm. These people got the cutest visitor when a bear showed up on their farm in southern Australia. And instead of terrifying the people, the bear is surprisingly calm and sitting patiently while the farm owner is feeding him bread. Playing with the family, the fluffy animal even waved back at one of the girls as if he knew her before. Even though it is one of the cutest bear encounters, many people reacted to the way these people are making the bear wait for bread. What do you guys think? Vicious worm. The worm you're looking at destroyed almost half of the crops of 20 farmers in a village in Pakistan. It has a textured skin and crawls like a snail. But it is nothing like it because it attacks on crops of maize, cotton, and wheat and leaves hundreds of trees affected because of its venomous bite. Villagers explained that they have not seen anything like this before, but the agricultural department of the country is taking measures to save the crops. But what kind of a creature is this? Comment below if you know. Two-headed calf. We've seen hybrid animals, but you'll be shocked what this man's cow gave birth to in Washington County. A two-headed calf, whose name was Chance because of her unusual appearance. Other than its 2 heads, the little calf is also having trouble walking on its own and is being taken care of by the barn owner. Experts say that it is not possible that the cow will survive another day, but Shannon, who's been taking care of the calf, is hopeful that with needed care, this calf can survive for a long time. The mystery box. Larry's family, farming for almost all their lives, found a mystery box in one of their fields in Barr. They instantly tried opening it using sledgehammers and some other tools, but were not successful as the box was so strictly sealed. And after trying for some time, Larry decided not to try further as he wanted to leave on his mysterious legacy to the coming generations. While many people objected that there might be something useful inside, Larry still doesn't want this Pandora's box to be opened. Giant bull elk. This giant bull elk was spotted in the Saskatchewan field, causing the farmers to hide when one of them cautiously recorded it. Just listen to the majestic sounds it's making. They usually live on farms, but this one seemed to have lost his way back home. Bull elk are so huge, with the average bull elk weighing up to 900 pounds. And they are primarily raised for their velvet antlers, which produce 16 pounds of velvet annually. This creature was captured in Sialkot City of Pakistan and created terror across the country, with people naming it the Devil's Pet. Many farmers claimed that the animal, which resembled a werewolf, was seen feeding on the animals and even destroyed the crops too. The video went viral on the internet, with the netizens calling it a failed science experiment. But the topic dropped its hype after some time when nothing was made clear by the official authorities. What do you think of this beast? Let me know in the comment section. Zorse on a farm. It's a zebra. No, it's a horse. Well, actually, it's a zorse. Liza, born in Italy, is the offspring of a male horse and a female zebra. Liza is just 1 year old and has stripes on some parts which make her look like a zebra and has the body of a horse. But because of her partial features, experts say that the zebras will never accept her as part of her family. Liza now lives at a farm in Germany, where they are trying to find out how to get her a family so she won't feel left out. But despite all these difficulties, Liza is a rare breed and one of its kind. Super Cow. This is what happens when scientists and farmers sit together. Super Cow, aka Belgian Blue Cow, is a rare breed of cow only created in Belgium. Yeah, you heard that right. Humans created them. Now, I know what you're thinking, but it's not with steroids or drugs. They are a perfect example of years and years of selective breeding. Unlike their name, Belgian Blue can be black, white, or sometimes can have a fleshy skin. The muscle development of these cows is happening at a much faster rate, with the average weight of a single Belgian Blue being 1,100 kilograms. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.